y'all. This is Bianca Plant. I am from Eating God's Way, and this is Healthy Eating with B. Welcome to Exercise Your Faith. And today we have Uncle Luck, y'all. He's a comedian. He is a restaurant owner. He is everything extraordinaire. So welcome to the show. We're glad to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Good, great. So you guys, today we are cooking something new. Another recipe from the Eating to Live, Eating God's Way cookbook. We are doing a stuffed salmon. So a lot of times people are like, salmon? Not too sure about it because it has like a fishy taste almost, or it has like a different taste. It's not like your usual catfish and tilapia. You know, this is a more healthier fish, and I like to introduce different things to you guys because what salmon has that it may not be able to find in another fish is that it has omega-3s, okay? So omega-3s are good for your heart. It's good for your body, you know. So I'm going to show you how to cook it in an air fryer. So you guys, air fryers are new. I mean, you can use it to cook anything like shrimp. I think maybe people cook vegetables in it. All kind of stuff, right?
Everything in it.
What you cook in your air fryer?
I cook everything in my air fryer.
Okay, like what?
Fish, we do vegetables. I do vegetables. I do asparagus sometime in there. I do squash, you know.
Okay.
See, when you slice your squash kind of thin and you put in there, kind of like a chip. It come out like a chip. Oh, yeah, a veggie chip in the air fryer. That's how you do it.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Brussels sprout. Yeah.
Like a roasted.
Mm-hmm.
Next episode, you
Next
guys.
episode.
Next episode. Okay, we're going to be doing some veggie chips in the air fryer, okay? But today, you guys, we're going to do a stuffed salmon. And really, we're going to stuff it with a vegetable, of course. We always add vegetables. All right, so we're going to use spinach. We have a little spinach right here. We're going to add a little bit of mozzarella cheese. So, you guys, with dairy, make sure it's a low-fat dairy. You don't want to do like a whole milk dairy. You want to make sure that it is low-fat. And this one actually says, sometimes it'll say reduced fat. Sometimes it'll say a low moisture, something like that. So that's what we're using, a little bit of that. And then we're going to use a little bit of cream cheese. So a lot of people are like, well, that's fattening. Well, this is the light cream cheese, okay? We're using the light. And we're not even using that much. I probably used about 2 tablespoons of it. And I added a little bit of the cheese. So you have your spinach in there, okay? You can use fresh spinach or you can use frozen spinach. Today I've used frozen spinach. It'll cook a little easier. And what I do is I just stick it in the microwave, put it in the bowl, your cheese, your cream cheese. Put it in there. You don't need to put it in there that long. Why? Because we're going to put it on our fish and it's going to cook a little bit more. So you don't want to overcook it, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah. So I'm a pasta person, you guys, and you know, pasta, it's a carb, yes, but I found some red lentil pasta. Okay, you're probably like, what is that? So red lentil pasta is basically what it says. It uses lentil flour. Stay with me. Stay with me.
I'm with you.
Stay with me.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on.
All right. So, and especially for people that cannot have any type of gluten, okay, so you can use this as a substitute. So this is red lentil pasta, you guys, and you cook it for about 7 to 9 minutes. All right, so I have some water here already kind of going. We're gonna let that boil. And so you'll kind of notice some of the lentil pastas or like the black bean pasta. I've seen all kind of different pastas. You put this in here, you let it boil, and sometimes when it's done cooking, it turns like white. So you'll see that it has the red color. All right, it's beeping to tell me to get it out. I hear you. All right, this is a little fancy microwave, guys. I love it.
A fancy
You see it, huh?
I can't afford that one.
Me either. All right, so now we got this mixed together, you guys, and you kind of see it's very smooth. All right, so you're mixing that together. Now, if you want to, I sometimes add a little bit of sea salt. You don't really need much. This is my go-to, sea salt, okay? You don't need much of it because sea salt is very potent. So you have your regular salt, then you have your sea salt. Sea salt is you don't need as much.
They got a salt, what they call it? Pink Himalayan. What you think about that?
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing?
Yeah. So don't use a lot of it.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Don't use it.
All
I
right.
got you.
All right, because you don't want to, I mean, you don't want to ruin your food. And I know sometimes we're so used to putting so much salt on food that we just we can't even tell that we put the salt on it anymore, you know. So I'm going to get this started, you guys. I have a piece of salmon. It looks pretty thick. It has a little bit of red pepper already on top. It's already come seasoned. And you can get it plain or whatever in the seafood section. But this one right here is a thick piece. It does still have the skin on it. It depends on how you like your salmon, how you like your fish. If you like the skin on it, cool. I like it because when you put it in the air fryer, it's very crispy and it's delish, right? All right, so we're going to cover this up so this can boil a little bit faster. All right, so I'm going to get this started. But I want you to tell us, Uncle Luck. Uncle Luck, you have a restaurant here. The food is delicious. But you also had a weight loss journey too. Like, I think you tried keto. Yeah. You tried different things. Tell us more about that. We want to know. We don't know that side of you. We need to know that.
You know, everybody have a scared life, right?
Yeah.
And my blood pressure, I was having nosebleeds, and I didn't understand why.
Oh my. Okay.
In the mornings, I would get up, and every time I'd go in the bathroom first thing in the morning, I would have nosebleeds, or my nose would just randomly start bleeding, you know, in the middle of the night. So I'm like, what's going on? You know, that's not normal.
Right.
So I ended up going to the doctor because I have a blood pressure cuff. I checked it. My blood pressure was extremely high. Ended up going to the doctor. They said, you know, your blood pressure is high. You need to change your diet. You need to exercise, or we're going to have to put you on pills, on blood pressure medicine.
Right.
So at that point, I realized, well, you know, I have a son. You know, I want to see him be in activities and see him, you know, grow up. So I want to change my eating habits to where I can try and preserve my life.
Right.
So that was the turning point on trying to start my weight loss journey. Tried different options. You know, it was hard to stick to certain things. Came across keto and tried keto. Had some friends that did the keto thing, and it kind of worked. You know, and within 3 months, I dropped 30 pounds.
Wow.
So, you know, it's working for me. It's just now I was trying to find something that I could maintain. I think that so many people with weight loss journeys or weight loss issues, it's finding something that you can actually stick to.
That's right.
You know, not
Was
just.
this one of your dishes that you
Yeah.
have?
Salmon.
The salmon?
Salmon. I love salmon.
Okay.
I love salmon. They got the omega-3s, like you said,
Yes.
and you know, with the skin on it, you got the fat layer, and when you put it in the air fryer, it doesn't burn the bottom. You know, it's just perfect.
Right.
It's perfect.
And you guys, you see, I've put that stuffing that we made on top. So remember, it's the mozzarella cheese, the cream cheese, and the spinach. And I've always put a little bit of lemon on my fish because fish, chicken, whatever, it just brings out some sort of flavor. So that means you don't have to put as much salt on it. So lemon is a seasoning that you can put on fish, chicken. You can even put it on your vegetables too. So I'm going to put this in the air fryer now, you guys. I want one for Christmas. Hopefully somebody will bless me with an air fryer.
Santa Claus, put it on your list.
Santa Claus, where are you? I'm going to put this big chunk of fish right here. I know, right? And it's not even done yet. Okay, so I put it in the tray. All right, so what you do is, I'm going to kind of give y'all some directions. So you press power, all right? So you're going to put it on 350 degrees. You can put it a little higher if you want to, but that's the standard temp. And we're going to do this for about 13 minutes. Now, if it was a thinner piece of fish, you can do about 10 to 11 minutes, but because this is a little thicker and we have this stuffing on top, then we're going to do 13 minutes and kind of check on it. Then you press start. Oh, there you go.
Voila.
Voila. All right. So, yeah, so you dropped 30 pounds in 3 months.
In 3 months.
With
That's
keto.
correct. With keto.
Wow.
Yeah. And the hardest thing is owning a restaurant. Because as soon as you walk in the restaurant, everything you're not supposed to have is
It's there. Exactly.
We got pecan pie, we got potato pie, fried chicken, cornbread dressing, rice dressing, baked beans, everything I can't have as soon as you walk in the door. You can smell it in the parking lot. So that's the hardest thing.
Right.
That's the hardest thing.
Yes.
Because when you cheat, it's hard to just cheat one time.
Exactly.
Because then you're going to get a little bit, and you think that you can continue cheating, and then before you know it, you gain all the way back.
That's right.
That you lost.
Yeah. So a lot of people are like, "Well, I'm gonna have my cheat meal, or I'm gonna have my cheat weekend."
See, that's the missing concept. With
yes.
people. A cheat meal or a cheat week.
Right.
cheat month, you know.
Yeah.
So,
I know a lot of times people will do, they did awesome all week. The weekend, out the door. And so what happens is, so now it's the weekend, so you're eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's about 9 meals you probably cheated on. And so now you're trying to bounce back on Monday. That's tough, right?
So from an expert opinion, how do you have, is it a cheat meal or like, what do you think?
I mean, because sometimes we just have those cravings. And I would recommend, honestly, just a cheat meal. That's it, not a cheat day. Because once you do the entire day, then you try to bounce back the next day, it's tough. So one meal, just one, you know.
Nice portion, not a big portion.
Nah,
portion
nah,
in.
no,
Okay.
no. So like if you're craving pizza, like I crave it every week, but I don't have it every week. I will only do 2 slices, not the whole box. And then it's a veggie pizza. See?
I tried the cauliflower crust pizza.
No, it's not bad.
But they charge you $4 extra just for the crust.
Well, you know.
That's the only bad part about it. It's extra.
Exactly. It's a
But
little extra.
it was good though.
Right?
It was good.
Right?
It was
Okay.
good.
So you guys, while I have this salmon cooking, it's cooking. I'm actually gonna make like a little sauce to put on the pasta that we have cooking here. All right. So yes, I'm using a little butter, but it's plant butter. Have you heard of that? It's kind of new. Country Crock has it. They have it in olive oil, avocado, and there's another one.
Country Crock, you know, that's the little brown containers.
Yeah.
That's what you see our gumbo out
Put
of.
your gumbo in it.
Cereal
That's right.
gumbo.
You don't have butter.
that
It
was
has
it.
other food,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's
You got
what
your leftovers.
Crock pot. You just don't say that to company, but anybody else, y'all can eat that.
That's
out the crock
right.
pot. That was
Yeah. Back in the day, we
cornbread
had
milk. Ooh.
what?
At the crock pot. Country Crock.
Yes, we use the
So
country crock
plant-based
one.
butter is supposed to be more healthy for you.
Yes. So instead of like, so it's dairy free, okay? So the thing about dairy is tough. Sometimes dairy will cause almost like a mucus, and this mucus kind of turns into like, it leads up to cancer. So like dairy, and African Americans, you know, most of us are lactose intolerant, right? So this is just kind of like an alternative, this dairy-free plant butter. You know, it doesn't have as many calories. It does have some saturated fat. So remember, it's butter, so it's still gonna have that fat in it. But yeah, it's a little bit better than getting it from a cow. Now, I do also recommend a I guess like a grass-fed butter. So you've heard of grass-fed beef, right? And so grass-fed beef basically comes from a cow that eats grass. Don't cows eat grass?
Yeah.
They're supposed to eat grass, but these producers, what they're doing, they're feeding cows corn and all kind of different carbs and stuff, which makes the cow kind of develop like a bacteria, and then now we're eating it, right? So now it's better to eat a grass-fed beef. If you're going to eat beef, it needs to be grass-fed. So that's why grass-fed butter is still coming from a cow. I even recommend almond milk. You guys, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't really tolerate a lot of dairy, so I will do like an almond milk. So this plant butter, try it out, y'all. It tastes just like butter. So
that's better than I can't believe it's not butter, right?
yes. So a lot of people will ask, and I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of butter. I didn't add it all at the same
Smells
time.
good.
Okay, yeah. See, it's the same thing. So margarine, I want to say that I've heard that margarine is like 1 molecule away from being plastic.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, so it's not the healthiest. We don't use butter that often. We will just use it just every now and then. And so I'm gonna add just a little bit of garlic to this, you guys. And y'all, I use garlic for everything. I mean,
See, it's good for you.
it's good for you.
Good for it. I chew it like that. Sometimes I peel a garlic and I just chew it.
For real?
Oh, yeah. That's good. Real good.
It's
for
good for your blood pressure.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. So, and it gives everything a good flavor to me, you know. So I've added this in. I'm gonna add just a little bit of olive oil. All right, so we're keeping everything plant-based here. Try it out. Also, what I'm going to do is, so I have some of this leftover spinach with the cream cheese and the regular cheese, and I'm gonna add this in. So what is it? It's gonna do is just kind of give it like a creamy sauce that we're gonna top the fish and the pasta with. Okay, so very delicious. Keeping everything the same. All right. So, are you still following keto? That's the question? Is that working? How did that work for you? You know, when you went back to the doctor, did he give you some good news with the keto?
Yes, I don't have to take any medication for blood pressure.
Wow,
Which is a
okay.
blessing. So, I've been following it. I messed up today. I had a piece of chicken. And it wasn't almond flour, it was regular flour at my restaurant. I had to taste it because it's something new that we rolled out, fried chicken, so I ended up tasting a piece. It wasn't a big piece, but I tasted it. I tasted a little piece, but it was early during the day, so I think that my body was able to burn that off by tonight.
Hopefully. Yes.
Or I'll just fast. I'm just fast tomorrow the whole day and just drink water.
I mean, you still need to eat a little something, but I mean, we can't do fried chicken every day, so be careful with that fried chicken.
I just wish everything that was unhealthy was healthy.
We all wish that.
If I had one wish, that's what it would be. Everything unhealthy be healthy and I'd be fine.
All right, so we actually have this pasta. So y'all, this is the red lentil pasta. You kind of see that it's orange, so it's not as red anymore. So kind of as you cook it, it kind of changes the colors of it. We have this going, so you want to watch this. I almost didn't watch it. You don't want to burn this because it has cheese. It has the cream cheese in it. You don't want this to burn. All right. So we got this going. We got about 5 minutes left on this salmon. Let it cook down, you guys. So remember, you always want to pair a meat with a vegetable, okay? You want to make sure that if you're going to do carbs like pasta, you want to make sure that you have more vegetables than pasta.
Don't you have a hand measurement thing where you use where your fist should be something or?
Right, so the palm of your hand should actually be your meat.
Okay.
So ours is a little different. Mine's a little smaller.
Yeah, you got a small meat.
Yeah, I got a small piece of meat. Okay, so, and then for the fist right here, that's carbs. Yep. So that's how much carbs you I know you put that on your plate, you're like, man, that ain't nothing.
Thanksgiving, how you do that? How you do that?
Man, okay, y'all. Thanksgiving, the holidays are coming. That is a good question because people are like, how do I eat for the holidays?
So I'm thinking about trying the cauliflower rice dressing.
Ooh, okay.
With the rice dressing mix, but just using cauliflower instead of rice.
Okay.
And I think it would probably come out pretty good. So that's gonna be my Thanksgiving experiment.
Okay. Now, I mean, there's the cauliflower rice with the boudin, and some people like it, some people don't.
Should be pretty good.
So try it out and let me know how that goes. And don't tell anybody that it's cauliflower rice.
I'm not gonna tell nobody.
Yeah, don't tell them. I mean, let them try it and see. And and the thing about cauliflower rice, you kind of have to cook it well enough so it's not still crunchy, and then you don't want to overdo it and it's like mushy.
It's like mushy. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, that's good. So for the holidays, you guys, I would recommend. Now I know, like in my table, I have greens. Ooh, that's probably the only vegetable for the holidays. But I would encourage having more vegetables because once you fill up more on the vegetables, like it's like you're almost not wanting to have all those extra things.
And you know as much carbs as far as rice and potatoes and
then you go to desserts. Ooh. So more vegetables for the holidays. I would encourage that. I would even encourage bringing a vegetable to, if you're going to visit family, bring a salad, bring a vegetable dish so you know for certain that you're gonna have vegetables, because not everybody has vegetables. I mean, the usual is what cornbread dressing, and you have 1,000 different varieties of meats.
Yep.
Macaroni, greens, cornbread, yams. You don't really have the healthy stuff, the vegetables. Yeah. So we kind of forget about our veggies. Remember, we need about 5 servings of fruit and vegetables a day. Okay, and I know we don't get that like we should. All right, you guys. So I have the pasta here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Have the pasta here. Ooh, we got about 2 minutes left on the salmon.
Now, with the salmon, there's wild caught, and then there's farm raised.
Farm raised, right.
Is there a health benefit, a difference?
Yeah, so you want to stick with like the wild caught, I believe. The farm raised is almost like when you talk about a regular normal cow that's eating like
Anything, yeah.
anything.
Gotcha.
You know, that's almost like cage-free chicken. It's out of its cage, it's roaming freely, and it's eating
What they naturally
are supposed to eat.
Yeah.
You know, so that's with any animal, even fish. So you guys, you know, if you're not eating, you know, or if you're noticing that maybe you're just not digesting things like you should, like sometimes meat sometimes takes a little longer to digest. But I can kind of tell a difference when I do grass-fed beef. And I know a lot of people talk about cancer. You know, you don't want to eat over 18 ounces of red meat a week. 18 ounces of red meat, because it increases your chance of cancer. And that's for anybody. I mean, men and women. If you're eating over 18 ounces of red meat a week, it will increase your risk for cancer. Okay? So, man, we love red meat. I mean, beef,
hamburgers,
spaghetti,
meatloaf.
Right, pork. And I mean, I know a lot of people don't eat pork just because of high blood pressure or whatever it may be. But yeah, you want to limit the red meat. Limit it. I mean, there's some other options you can do, like chicken and fish, turkey even. Your plant-based, which are beans and eggs. Those are some different proteins that you can try as well. Okay, it's ready. Oh my goodness, it's like I baked it in an oven, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I am going to kind of take it out with this. Yes.
You need another spatula to kind of.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's kind of stuck, but I think we kind of got it a little bit. Oh, it's falling apart on me.
Use your fork.
Yep, look at that.
How you doing, yeah? So we in the restaurant business, you know.
Yeah, you kind of have to figure things out. All right, so I'm not gonna take the whole thing out just because it's a pretty big piece. Good. Yeah. All right, so y'all, you can kind of see right here. Now this was in the air fryer for 13 minutes. Okay, and then so you have your red lentil pasta, and then you're gonna kind of like, if you want extra of this on top, you can, because sometimes with salmon it'll kind of like dry it out, and if you just want like a simple type of sauce on your pasta, you can do that too. And you can put all of it. So you guys, you have your salmon, you have the cheese.
So that's a combination of everything. You got your veggie. You got your protein.
Yeah. You got your dairy.
You got your dairy.
You got it all in one.
You got it all in one. You got it all in one.
Yep. So there you go. Voila.
That's awesome.
Stuffed salmon.
That looks good.
So you guys, healthy eating can be tasty. I know sometimes it's not the most popular topic. But any closing remarks, Uncle Luck? Like, I'm glad you were here to kind of talk about, you know, your journey. As a restaurant owner, I mean, that's tough. Like, just being around food all day. I don't know how you do it.
Nothing in life comes easy. Nothing in life comes easy.
Yeah.
And if you're scared of a challenge, then success is going to be hard for you to achieve. Mm-hmm. So you have to go after those challenges that's tough. Because sometimes the biggest reward comes with the toughest challenges.
That's right.
And that's one thing that I learned in life. You know, with having multiple businesses, that, you know, if one door closed, you don't leave that door closed.
That's right.
You move another position. And some doors, you got to push them open. You know, there's a crack. You see the light in it.
Right,
but you got to force your way through
it.
You know, so I don't believe failure is possible unless you just stop trying.
Yeah, that's true.
So, that's the thing with restaurant business, with everything that's going on, even with fitness and exercising.
Yes.
You know, and that's my own challenge to myself every day when I look in the mirror. Because I want to give up sometimes. I don't feel like going run. I don't want to eat healthy. But when you look at the close calls and the
Right.
hospital visits,
Right.
and you see people that's on oxygen, you know, and right now you have a chance to prevent those things, you know, do it now. And that's what I always try to remember and remind myself and motivate myself in the morning to knock out today.
Right.
You know, focus on today, every day, knock out today. No, I'm not worried about
But
tomorrow. I want to
right.
focus on the 24 hours that I have today
Yeah.
and try to just win it.
Yeah.
When I win today, then tomorrow, God willing, I wake up, I'm going to work to win tomorrow.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah. So healthy eating, fitness, like I said, is not the most popular topic. It's tough. I mean, it's a mind thing, it's a behavior thing. You really have to sit there, set your mind to it. And if you fail that day, you guys, you got tomorrow, right?
You can get up.
Always
You can do it
have
again.
tomorrow to start over and to ask for help. Yeah. You know, don't be afraid to ever ask for help. Don't be afraid to start over, because we all fall at some point, but you got to get back up, right?
Get back up.
Right. And especially during COVID, you guys, please be safe. Wash your hands. Keep your mask on. And it's important. The reason why I push vegetables so much is because we're trying to keep our immune system up. As African Americans, you know, we're the ones that get sick. We may not have the resources. We may not have the medicine. We may not have the opportunity to even go to the hospital. And what are our chances of surviving COVID? You know, so we're looking at that. So as much as we can, prevent it by taking care of our bodies, putting our bodies first, eating our vegetables, even just going for a simple walk every day. That's all it takes. A 30-minute walk every day, you know, and to just have a balanced meal like this, you guys. Thank you so much, Uncle Luck,
thank you. I
for
appreciate
coming
it.
on
Thank
the
you.
show.
Thank you.
This is Healthy Eating with B, you guys, and exercise your faith. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.